The Isle After Party is sponsored by David Mellor Family Jewellers. We are Hampshire's trusted family jeweller for nearly 50 years. From engagement rings and wedding bands to cufflinks, bridesmaids gifts and engraving. We have everything you need to celebrate your special day in style. Discover our offering in-store or online and let David Mellor Family Jewellers add a little extra sparkle to your love story.
Welcome to episode 9 of the Isle After Party. This episode is about wedding jewellery. And jewellery is one of the only wedding decisions that you live with daily. Couples spend months arranging the wedding day, and then some of them just end up rushing the rings. So this episode is about lasting decisions, not trends. Which is why we're recording this episode somewhere that actually makes sense. So today, we're joined by Amy from David Mellor Family Jewellers. They're a family-run jewellers and also the sponsor of the first season of the podcast, which we're genuinely grateful for.
Thanks, Amy.
Thanks,
You're
Amy.
so welcome,
Thank
guys.
you so much. Thanks for having us. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
David Mellor.
But importantly, Amy isn't here to sell you anything. She's here because she sees what couples get right and what they regret. Okay, and just in case you forgot, I'm Adam from A Night's Tale Photography.
I'm Amber from Amber Butler Photography.
I'm Dean John, professional DJ, event manager and host.
I'm Harry from I Do Flex Wedding Videography.
Perfect. So let's start off about how couples get jewellery decisions wrong. Okay. So obviously, you know, I know you're a jewellers, you do jewellery for lots of different occasions, but we're obviously going down the wedding angle mainly today, as you can probably guess. So, for example, do you find that a lot of people leave jewellery, well, when we say jewellery, we're mainly talking about rings, but obviously brides wear other jewellery as well. But do you think that a lot of couples leave jewellery too late in the planning process?
Yeah, I think that probably, I would say that, you know, the dress is the first thing that people get done. They tick that off the list, they find the venue, and they're thinking probably more about the day.
Yeah.
So definitely, I mean, the amount of times that we have people come in and say, oh, we get married in 2 weeks' time, can you get our rings done? And they want something bespoke, and we think, oh my God. I mean, we can get it done. We'd rather not, because, you know, give us at least, you know, 4 to 6 weeks, that'd be great.
So that's like the sweet spot, is it? 4 to 6 weeks?
Ideally.
Yeah.
If you're going something kind of really quite crazy in terms of design, then there might be a bit of back and forth with various designs. Then we would say, give us 12 weeks as a minimum.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think probably rushing it or leaving it to the last minute, probably not realising how things might fit with their engagement ring as well.
Yeah.
Presumably also you have that, like, well, in our previous episode we talked about how people go on their little kind of weight loss journeys and stuff beforehand.
Yeah.
And if people are too proactive and they get their wedding rings and stuff years in advance.
When they used to have fat fingers.
When they used to have, yeah, but this goes bride and groom, right? So like, obviously, you know, people are going to be trying to look their best for their wedding day.
Yeah.
Do you end up getting lots of couples that end up coming back and being like, can you resize like ASAP kind of thing? Does that happen quite a lot?
Oh, always. Yeah, wedding diet comes in and, you know, yeah, the fingers have gone smaller. However, actually on the day, because they're nervous and they're a bit clammy, a bit sweaty, their fingers actually swell. So we do normally, you know, we kind of advise them that depending on how big it actually is on their finger before the wedding, we do kind of just say, maybe just see how you feel after the wedding day. Because the worst thing is, and you guys probably have seen this, when they're trying to put the ring on, and it won't go past their knuckle, and you think, oh my God,
Harry's
push it
got
on.
a whole reel that he could do of that with
exactly.
video stuff.
So yeah, you do have to be quite careful, and we do kind of tend to advise on the side of caution on that one.
Yeah.
Amy, can I ask you, is there a secret to, if you're a man and you're trying to find your lady's special ring, is there like a special way of working it out? And because it's very hard as a bloke trying to get your partner's
You've got the perfect secret.
I'm so glad you said that, and I'm going to have to pay you later.
Not even prompted, let's go.
So last year we launched something called the Yes List, which is basically founded from an idea that I had where all of my friends were telling me what they wanted, and they said, if my boyfriend ever comes to you and says, I'm going to propose, then I would already have a bank of images of what they like. So we kind of decided then to roll that out to our customers. So The idea is that, you know, if you've got an idea of the engagement ring you want and you don't really trust that your fella's listening or your other half's listening, so they come in here, they tell us what it is that they'd like, whether they would be happy with a lab grown, a natural, whether they like yellow gold, white gold, whatever. We just note it all down and then give them a little card, and they can then hand that over to their other half that basically just says, all the rings I love, all the information is with David Mellor Jewellers. Go and see them.
I would also say as well, one of the most stressful things that I found when I was in that position was making sure I got the right size. And you also take that down as well,
We
don't
do,
you?
yeah.
So that's one other stress. You don't have to go stealing a ring from their jewellery cabinet
Yeah.
or whatever.
That's the point. That's
Put it
what
on
it
your
is,
own
yeah.
finger, working out where it goes to.
So what you're saying then is, so when he comes up, when he proposes, he's like, will you marry me? And she's like, yeah, funny you should say that.
Well, no. So what
Here's a
happened?
card.
What happened?
Yeah.
It's
what I made earlier.
It's all my information.
No, the girlfriend has the card and says, just in case you
Yeah.
want to decide,
Okay.
here
Yeah.
it is. Go see
Yeah.
Amy. She'll
Yeah.
hook you
Oh,
up.
okay. Fair enough.
And yeah, my boyfriend particularly, he's like, I'm not going to be listening to you when you're telling me what it is that you want. He's like, it's just going in one ear out the other, and I think a lot of other halves are like that as well. So it's kind of navigating around that issue of, you know, probably if you're wanting to wear this ring every single day for the rest of your life, your attention to detail is going to be a lot more finer tuned than your partner.
Yeah.
So it's taking the pressure off them as well, because like you said, it's a lot to think about.
It's hard, yeah.
And it's a big decision, it's a lot of money to spend, so you don't really want to get it wrong.
Do you
So-
ever have brides come in that want to change it completely?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good question.
Good
Probably
question.
only a handful of times, because I think now with the likes of Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest,
Yeah.
you know, people are getting sent, you know, roughly what they want, so they don't kind of go too crazy. But I think certainly years before, because I think a lot of men would just go out and say, well, I like that one, so that's the one
Yeah.
she's going to have. Whereas now it's a lot more. I think women have.
You haven't
more
had anyone
choice.
that's like, I hate my ring. But I.
How does the same-sex couple work then? Who gets the golden ticket to
I
come
think
in?
it just depends on their relationship.
Who's
really.
dominant? Who's in charge?
I guess so. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And you know, you normally have someone that's probably more preferential to wear jewellery,
Yeah.
and one that's not. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Good,
suppose
good
it's
luck to your
whoever-
boyfriend, by the way.
Yeah,
You're
I
working
know.
and running this
Yeah.
place.
At least he's
How on
asking,
earth?
at least he's saying the right things.
Yeah.
do you know
Well,
what I
this
mean?
is the reason why he's not asked me yet, because he's too scared.
Yeah.
This must
Do you
be the
ever get
reason.
are you able to take an engagement ring and then modify it so that it's still the original one that he bought or she, but you kind of adapt it to put her twist onto it?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
does that happen a lot?
Yeah, I would say that it's often the right stone, but it's perhaps then just in the wrong mount. So we can either completely redesign together, or we've got kind of off-the-shelf mounts. So then we can just take that stone and reset it into something else.
Nice.
We had a design. I mean, she designed it herself, but we had a design probably about 5 years ago that we did, and it's one that really sticks out in my mind because she loved giraffes. They would say to each other that they love each other to the moon and the stars. And we incorporated a giraffe print in the side of the shank. Okay. We incorporated underneath the stone a moon and a star. She also had a moonstone, and I think she also was into kind of floristry, so she had some flowers and some vines on the other side of the ring, and I'll have to send you the link.
Yeah. Amazing.
It was like a real design feat because it was difficult to incorporate it all and it actually looked good, but it came off quite well.
Failed now hearing that.
Yeah.
Sorry. I went to the shop, I got one with a diamond and that was it. There was that was it. Good night. Thanks for coming.
Have you had any like really weird designs?
Not necessarily weird designs, I would say some quite expletive engraving inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you notice any
can't-
sort of like trends? Like, do you notice like this year these ones are really popular and last year the ones like, is that like a common thing?
Definitely. I mean, I think if I look at...
Could you look at somebody's engagement ring and be like, I know roughly when they bought that?
100%.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. The thing at the moment is realistically a lab-grown diamond. That's what everybody's buying for engagement rings, because obviously with Instagram, everyone's kind of, you can compare. So you're looking at great big, like 2 carat plus diamonds, which if that was in a natural diamond, you're probably looking, God, anywhere up from £30,000 upwards, depending on quality. I mean, realistically, probably way more than that. But whereas in a lab-grown diamond, you can get that for £3,000. So we're finding that lab-growns and a really big show and a big stone on the finger is something that's in the last couple of years, really. Whereas you go back 5 years ago and, you know, it was a real achievement to be able to get a carat diamond.
Yeah.
Like, that was the dream.
But then also you have to be careful about, like, ethically where they came from too, right? So at least, you know, lab-grown ones are...
Yeah, so all diamonds now that are supplied, they go through something called the Kimberley process, which is basically that it's guaranteed that it's come ethically from an ethical mine.
Yeah.
Obviously, with lab grown, a lot of people say it's more ecological, but it's actually not, because the amount of energy that's actually used to make these diamonds. But obviously, you are taking away the actual mining element. So, but then you've still got diamond cutters that are cutting the diamond, you know, and there's a lot of questions really about that.
Yeah.
It's I think less so about the values and the morals of the stones now. It's more about affordability.
Yeah.
Right.
So do you find that some people just like choose? Do you feel like most people choose looks over comfort or lifestyle, or do you think it's quite a good balance?
Yeah, I think initially when people first come in, it's about looks, and they think, I want the tiniest little dainty band and just a big old stone plonked on top.
Yeah.
And then actually when you have a conversation with them, you kind of say, well, you know, a tiny little knock, that's going to come straight out, you're going to lose your stone.
Or it might snag on stuff.
Yeah, all of that stuff. So we do try and, like, we're not pushy, and if someone did come in and they were adamant they wanted that, we would try and actually advise them against it.
Yeah.
Because we'd rather them be happy, and also we don't want them in 6 months' time coming into us not happy and that they've lost their diamond or something out of the ring.
Yeah.
So
Do you have horror stories of, like, people coming back and say they've lost the ring, or, like, what's the most craziest thing you've heard?
I think probably losing the diamond, because that's, like, heartbreaking. I mean, it's easily replaced, but it's not the same sentimental element. I mean, I couldn't off the top of my head think about where they've been lost, but it does happen. Normally, actually, at home, and then it's been hoovered up.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
it's expensive either.
Do you feel like engagement rings get the spotlight more than the wedding bands? That they tend to be the kind of blingier part of it.
I'm guessing that they take up more of the shop front, like the shop window, than the engagement rings, because they're kind of...
So wedding bands, do you find that they're more of an afterthought?
Absolutely, yeah. I think some people, when they buy their engagement ring, they're not even thinking about the wedding ring.
Yeah.
So they might go for a shape that's kind of not particularly uniform, and it's not going to allow to have a wedding band sitting next to it unless you go bespoke. But then I do think that, I mean, engagement ring is the star of the show, really. So I personally would say put your money into the engagement ring. And then you can, just kind of work out what you want to do later, or just speak to
Do you see people have the engagement ring from you and then follow through with the wedding rings as well? Is it like, if you've got them for the engagement,
That's
it's like
the
these guys, if they do like a photo shoot with the family, there's more chance that they probably get the wedding or engagement shoot.
Do you think it's worth when like the person comes in to buy the engagement ring for their fiance, well, soon to be fiance hopefully, do you think it's worth them having a conversation with you then about, could this engagement ring play nicely with a wedding band? Is it worth having that conversation then?
Absolutely, and that is normally what we bring up as well. So if someone goes for example, a pear shape and it's set right against the finger, there's no, you can get an engagement ring style called a wed fit, which is basically, it's just lifted very, very slightly so that you can actually get a wedding ring to sit underneath it. Now that's a really good kind of forward thinking aspect to it. But yeah, we definitely do try and steer them in the right direction. Yeah, for sure.
Lovely.
I've had a few weddings where the groom specifically wouldn't wear a ring, they'll have like a necklace or something like that. Is that common, or have you ever had that before?
I've never seen that.
I've had a few. I've had a few. Like it's not even like a necklace with a ring on it. It's literally just like a cross or something like that on it, and it's just because they don't like wearing rings or.
I'm married. I don't wear my wedding ring just because it was palladium. It rubs. I'm like always washing up in my house.
My husband doesn't wear his.
Husband. But I would probably put it onto a necklace. But that's maybe because my wife bought a cheap one.
Palladium, that's not cheap.
Yeah, it was the cheapest range, I think. That's why it itches.
Oh no. I think most people, they're buying for both, but they will spend less money on the men's ring because they're either not going to be wearing it while they're at work, or yeah, they're kind of not really too bothered about it. So they'll probably go for the more precious metal for the lady. And then, yeah, kind of sacrifice themselves.
I do
Which is,
think
so
men's
noble.
rings they've got like nicer as time's gone
Yeah.
on, haven't they?
Yeah.
They're like they used to just be like a gold band, but now there's all different designs.
You can
isn't
have
there?
tungsten steel, you can have palladium, you can have all different diamond cuts and finishes as well, like satin finish. So yeah, there is a lot of choice, definitely.
So what about, so in terms of like trends versus kind of, so you got trends, so ultra thin bands used to be a bit of a trend,
Yeah.
but not a fan anymore?
I mean, they are still popular, but just not too thin, basically.
Just not too thin.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
terms of wedding bands or engagement rings?
Probably both, I'd imagine. I'm not an
Do
expert.
they follow
Yeah.
suit? Are they?
Probably engagement rings because they're just not practical. Yeah.
Is that because they're more likely to
Just snap,
break?
basically. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's just a durability thing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And then delicate, high maintenance designs. So that used to be a trend. Would you say that's still a trend?
Yeah, I think it's still there. But then obviously because people are going for a larger diamond now,
Yeah.
it's kind of not too delicate.
Okay.
Because you've got this great big whopping stone on top.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so would you say nowadays it's kind of more thicker, more durable bands, like as opposed to the thin ones?
Yeah.
So because diamonds are more affordable now, is that what you're saying? Because they're more affordable, it means that the rings are holding bigger stones.
Yeah, so
before, because they might have been more dainty because the stones were more expensive, pre-lab
yeah, no, not. I think it's just the design. I think it's just a trend of the designs.
fashion.
So lab-grown diamonds, because they are more affordable, you can go for a bigger stone. So people, if they had £5,000 to spend on a lab-grown, they can get something that's going to cover their entire hand, basically. Whereas if they've got £5,000 on a natural mined diamond, you're probably going to get about a 1 carat diamond as opposed to a 3 or a 4 in lab-grown. So and it's just the design, it's just the pattern. I think people, when you go back 5 years, there was a big trend for halo style. So a smaller diamond in the centre, lots of little stones around the outside, and then probably diamonds then set on the shoulders, because it was a lot of show for the money. So it kind of gave an impression of a bigger ring.
Yeah.
Because they were natural diamonds, it was then more expensive. Whereas I think now with the lab growns, you can kind of just condense it all into one stone and still have some pocket change.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it, isn't
Yeah.
there? You know your stuff.
Thank you.
Anyone
I try.
Anyone think you run a shop?
Are there any trends that you kind of gently warn couples away from?
I mean, I mentioned it just then, but the gents rings that are tungsten steel, you can't cut through that. So if you're ever in an accident, it's a bit gory, but it will deglove your finger. So you kind of want to, sorry about that. So you do want to be careful with that sort of thing. Precious metal and semi-precious metals, although they are made to be worn every day, they are still soft. Sorry about
that just tipped me over the edge.
Sorry.
So if you're like a
He's
trader,
never had a Caesar salad today.
I've never heard the
it
phrase
would
deglove.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We've
so
had
if you're
some
like
horror
a
stories
tradesman
for
or
that.
something, that's not the one to
Yeah,
go
no,
for.
you want something that's going to break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So
Ouch.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I killed that
On
one.
that
So we talked a lot
Moving
about,
on.
we talked a lot about rings. Okay. So what about jewellery in the context of the whole wedding?
Yeah.
So for example, like jewellery should complement, not compete, with the dress.
Yeah.
Have you got any advice about wedding jewellery in general?
I think definitely try it on with your dress before the day.
Yeah.
That would be a big thing, because I think a lot of people probably do leave it to the last minute. And depending on, particularly with a pendant, if you've got a pendant and then depending on how it sits on your skin, sometimes it might tilt the wrong way, and probably as photographers you have had this, where you're trying to get a really nice image and then her pendant, I mean, it's such a fine, minute detail, but like her pendant's then facing the wrong way, or it's twisted around the other way, or the chain's starting to come around the front.
Yeah, if something's too heavy, and
So
you're
I
moving a
think-
lot.
Yeah, definitely try it on before the day.
Yeah.
Do you ever get brides that come in having tried on their dress, or they've bought their dress and they've got photos of them in their dress, and they show you a picture and be like, what do you think would compliment this dress?
Yeah, I mean, occasionally, not very often, because obviously
Well,
we
that
want to
has
keep it quite
happened.
secret.
So you can stop laughing.
Yeah.
It's like you ain't like that. You're like, this compliment on my dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
How
it's
do they
like-
do it again?
Yeah, do it. Well, I didn't miss it. What do you do?
I didn't do that.
It's like you were like, she's like,
For all the
showing her-
listeners, he's playing with his. What were you doing? Playing with your.
It was cleavage.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I did do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Well, my bad.
Sorry, lost train of thought now.
To be honest, when you do detail shots of the, you know, when you go into
Yeah.
the bedroom stuff, you see it all the time. For me, you have like these beautiful necklaces, but then they're in just a black box that looks like it's fallen off a Temu. So they spent all this money on a real expensive like bling,
Yeah.
but it's in just a
Yeah.
real. But then you've got the rings in this beautiful wooden oak, so it's very different. Is
Yeah.
that like a standard? So the more, if you spend big money on your necklace, does that mean you get a real fancy, or do you have a standard
Yeah.
like packaging for it?
I mean, it's trade secrets a little bit, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we have like a more run of the mill packaging, and then we have a bit more of a luxurious packaging, which is probably for the higher end items.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, without offending anyone that's gone home with the run of the mill packaging.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Like that.
maybe they
Yeah.
think they've got the high end.
Yeah, you'll never know.
You never
You'll
know.
never know.
Yeah.
We touched upon this in other episodes, and I know Harry's going to get excited about this question.
I've done too much, to be fair.
So I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like when we talk about the whole wedding budget, yeah, he loves this.
Oh, here we go.
He
There we go.
loves a wedding budget pie chart.
Okay,
Right?
oh, wow.
And I feel like the ring is quite often,
What percentage?
I
What we
think
saying?
the ring is
Small part.
probably forgotten about
yeah,
in that pie chart.
they get to the end, they're like, right, we pay for the chocolate fountain, and we're like, oh fuck, sorry, we've got to buy wedding bands. Sorry,
Not contrast.
I got sweats. But yeah, and then they get to the end, they're like, we got 150 quid left. Let's go
Yeah.
to not here.
Yeah.
'cause this is
And
quality
these are your couples at
establishment.
last minute. Like,
But,
can
Yeah.
you make this ASAP?
Yeah, exactly. So basically, Harry's pie, what percentage?
What percentage is all about your ring, mate?
Harry's
Let's
warm apple
go.
pie, what percentage?
I'll give some context.
Yeah, no, go
Okay.
explain it, 'cause Amy might not.
So
Yeah,
I
she's,
said,
she's a super fan. She knows what we're
Oh,
about.
yeah.
oh yeah, you've seen it.
But
Oh,
some
seen it
listeners
all.
might not have heard about it if they've not watched all the series. So do you want to tell them
So-
about your pie one more time?
So my pie, right? Essentially, what it is you take your overall wedding budget, so what you can afford, say however many thousands it is, and you say, right, what is the most important elements of your wedding? So X amount of, well, X percentage goes on entertainment, X percentage goes on food, dress, suits, venue, all the rest of it. And what Adam's saying is, like, I'm guessing the wedding bands are usually going to be a very small percentage, if not forgotten completely, because they're not something that happen on the day. Obviously they are, but like
Yeah,
they're not like something that is incorporated into,
Yeah.
logistics.
yeah.
So now you can continue with whatever it was you were talking about.
Well, I guess my point was is maybe start thinking about your wedding bands sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to have some changes made to it, because like you said,
Yeah.
it can take like
Yeah.
a couple of months or whatever. So think about your wedding bands sooner than the chocolate fountain or
Yeah.
whatever it may be.
Yeah, it's a funny thing actually, because like you said, it is probably quite a small proportion.
Yeah.
But then, and again, you've said it already, it's the only thing that actually you're going to be wearing every day
Exactly.
after the wedding.
Yeah.
And I think we do get couples that come in and we give them a quote, and we are very competitively priced, so it's not because of our prices, but they are quite shocked. They're like, oh, okay. And they kind of haven't factored it into their pie. So, yeah, like you said, think about it.
So yeah,
It's funny actually saying that, because the amount of times recently that I've heard people say, mainly photographers and videographers, a wedding album or a wedding video is the only thing that you actually ever keep from your wedding. But no one's actually ever, like when I've had that conversation, no one's ever actually talked about the wedding rings.
Yeah.
Like,
And actually, with a wedding ring, sorry to put your
you're going to
stuff
actually
down.
have that on you.
You're going to have it on
every
you.
single day.
And worst case, you can sell it one day. It's got an intrinsic value.
True,
Yeah.
true,
So,
true.
if you're ever hard up or you divorce, hopefully not, it's not
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
But it happens.
Full of it today, isn't you?
Sorry about that. But you
down.
have something to be able to sell, and it's not just kind of not saying that anything you spend on your wedding day is throwaway, obviously, because it's memories and it's experience, but you're actually having something at the end of it, and it's got a tangible value.
If you get divorced and you don't want to sell it, you could just throw it dramatically into the ocean.
Oh yeah.
Or save it for your next one.
Do you know what my dad used to do, which is really funny? If ever a lady had come in where she'd been engaged or married, and then they were going through a divorce, and she came back in and she'd say to my dad, "Oh, I want to sell this. I've had enough of him. He's done the dirty on me or whatever." Anyway, he'd buy it back off of her, and then he'd say, "Right, now what you've got to do, take this ring box, put a stone in it, super glue the edges, and throw it back at him, because he'll be there for ages trying to get the box open, and then it's just got a stone inside."
I love that.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Genius.
Yeah.
Absolute genius.
Go back to the pie quickly. So we talk about pretty much every episode about spending less on certain things, spending more on other things. So spend more on rings, less on styling. Okay. Less flower walls, nicer ring. Okay. I think that, personally, I think that's a better way to spend money.
Well, now you've given it that context that, like, actually it's the one thing that you do have every day, and its intrinsic value means that it will carry its value not just within your circle, but potentially outside as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does deserve a little bit more of a piece of the pie.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's actually an investment.
Yeah.
I mean, you've probably heard in the news lately about what gold's doing at the moment, and even
Crash for
silver.
gold.
It's crazy. It's shooting up. So, yeah, you're investing not only in your marriage, but in your
Future.
investments. Yeah, your portfolio.
Yeah. Okay, in or out? Matching. Did we ask your opinion? Yeah, we did. Matching rings.
No, you can't do that.
What?
Oh, there we go.
You can't do that.
Here we
You
go.
can't say matching rings, mate. You
Here
can't
we go.
do
Are we
that.
doing?
Seriously.
I didn't get it.
No, he does this every now and again. He goes high pitch and then he's gone.
Seriously.
See you in 5. See you in 5.
I'm really lost.
Oh my god. That's what I knew he was going to say that. Matching rings. Mate.
I'm not. I don't know. They do this every now and again. They do this. Here we go. Here we go.
Just use the ring talk. Just say feel off that or something.
That's not fair.
Oh,
Don't touch
no.
me.
That's worse.
Seriously,
Haven't we had
come
that
on.
question?
Oh, just don't do it.
Oh my god.
That? Or
Oh,
matching
just
ring?
stop saying rings every 2 seconds.
I don't get it.
Yeah, but everything's rings, mate. Rings. Matching rings. His ring.
Do you know where we
Yeah, we're
are?
in a fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. Wedding rings, like just say wedding rings. It's nice. Like, every time you say it, in my head it's just filth.
You're
That's-
a child.
No, I'm
Oh,
not.
right. Now I see where you're
Oh
going.
God, Amber.
Matching ring. Okay.
God.
That was really like.
found
what
the-
was that?
Watch it in a second.
Oh my-
Amy's going to disappear. We've just lost our sponsor.
Oh my God.
Sorry, guys, I'm out.
Seriously.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Wow. So, sorry. What was the answer to that?
Sorry,
Amber,
what is the question?
Matching rings. As in the
like-
husband and wife have matching rings.
Oh God! I thought we were on the like.
I didn't know
Do
that
you
was a
prefer
thing.
thick or thin wedding ring?
That's what I'm asking you. Is it?
Had we already done that one?
No,
No, 'cause Dean cracked up.
So the,
I'm sorry,
the
I
bride
laughed,
and the
yeah.
groom have the same style.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So like they're both like wood
No.
or whatever. Sorry, I don't know if you do wood. But
No, I feel like it's like going out and matching like clothes with your other half. Do you know what I mean? Like. No.
yeah, well that's another thing. That's for another podcast, isn't it?
Right, I just
Where couples who twin,
yeah.
just in general, like
You know,
both
same
wearing,
trainers and.
both wearing black roll necks.
No, I
Lumberjack
think,
shirts.
I think pick whatever you want in your own styles. They don't need to be matching. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Come on then.
Personal engravings.
Was
in or
no one
out.
else going to answer that?
Well, no, I think we spent too long on
There's
that.
5 minutes.
I don't really care. I don't care about their opinions anymore.
Go on,
What about
Amber.
personal engravings? Harry, what are your thoughts?
I think it's really, really brilliant. No, I like it.
Sorry,
I think
that's-
That's sarcastic.
Yeah,
No, I do. I think it's a nice touch. It's personal, and I like the fact that nobody knows about it except you.
Okay.
So I think it's tasteful.
I like it. That's the first time
really
I've heard
like
of it.
Dean, would you like your ring engraved?
Is it a good
I'm
time to
not-
add that we actually do ring engraving?
What would you have written on your ring?
Oh, mate.
Or just
Is your ring engraved?
just a pattern?
It's
Oh, you don't have one.
What about your children's names?
They're not- they are pain in the asses, mate. So, yeah, I think it's a great thing having your rings engraved.
Good.
Wedding rings.
Adam, move this way
This is
because
it.
you're cutting out the edge of the.
Just leave me
there we
alone.
Right, bigger. Sorry.
Bigger.
True or false? True or false? Bigger stones always look better.
False.
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 Yeah.
False, definitely.
False.
Sometimes they look like a ring pop, don't they?
I'm not a massive fan of a big stone. But
So why did you go quiet? Of a big.
stone, like
So what's the hand?
Oh my god.
Tell the listeners.
We've
oh,
derailed.
this is
We've
just
derailed.
yeah, this is going downhill. You know, like a big.
Oh, Amber, stop it. Stop using those hands.
Stop using your hands.
Stop using this big.
I don't know what you would call it.
Big ring. What are you
Like a
saying?
big, you know,
I
like
can't, what was the question? I can't remember what the question was.
Oh my god.
Are they diamonds?
teardrop. You know, like
Okay.
I'm not.
Like a pear shape.
Yeah, but you're like really big. A lot
Yeah.
of people, like a lot of women like that, don't they? But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd catch it.
Sorry, how big is this ring?
You do it this way.
Sorry, do I keep...
You
Yeah.
keep going out of shot.
Yeah.
I'm just before we start.
Is that
I'm
quite
gonna,
a
I'm going to move this
Amber,
because you
you've got to
keep.
stop doing that. Just like, yeah, I love it really big and I like making it rub around.
It
It was
this
like, oh my
part.
god, it was, this is what I'm
Do you
dealing
know
with.
what I
This is
mean?
what I can see. This is what I can
Is
hear
that
and
quite a
see.
popular one?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
it
big-
Is it a popular song?
Yeah,
Why
but
don't
I-
you say that while you're there
That's
as well?
what it looks like.
That's like every conversation,
Yeah.
mate.
I
I
know
can't
that.
keep a straight
Like a
face.
teardrop.
Every now.
Yeah. Oh,
Is
is that?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't
Most
know.
men have it.
Oh my god.
Right, reset everyone. Composure. Let's go.
All right, smooth.
Composure, you have a laugh?
You said we had to make it a bit funny.
Yeah, come on. Right. Got some questions from our listeners, all right?
Okay.
Okay.
So this is Kat from Bournemouth. Kat from Bournemouth wants to know, is it okay if our rings don't match? So
Yeah.
that kind of
Yeah,
links
we've
to
covered
the...
that.
Yeah, we
Kat.
literally just covered that.
Yes, it is okay.
Especially if they're not made of wood. So yeah, we don't bother. Don't bother. Pathetic. Right. Okay. Okay.
It's not pathetic.
No, it's not
Kat,
pathetic.
thanks
That's
for your
what you
question,
want.
Kat. We appreciate you taking the time.
Thank
to
you so
message in.
much.
Yeah.
Kat.
Thanks, Kat.
Yeah, sorry, Kat. It's not pathetic. Okay. When should couples start thinking about wedding rings?
I guess if they are going.
Sorry, Jess from Cheltenham.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Thanks,
it's
Jess.
not your fault. Mine.
Okay. Thanks.
So like T minus, like wedding day minus, what is the optimum time to come and contact you?
T minus.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sort
if
of rocket
they're
launch.
going bespoke, if they're going bespoke, I'd say give us 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
That gives us some back and forth. If it's
Yeah.
a bit more generic, you know, you're just going to have a plain band, then a month or two is fine.
Yeah.
Can
But
you do payment plans and stuff in here?
Yeah.
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 'Cause that's obviously. It's a
yeah,
big
yeah.
amount
So we
of
offer
money.
finance. We also, they can put a deposit down when they order them, and then they can pay for them when
Is
they
it
collect.
the same
So.
for like an engagement ring if they're coming
Yeah.
in and they
Yeah.
want it bespoke? Would you
Yeah.
say like 12 weeks to get
Yeah,
it made?
yeah, it's around that. And you know, the whole process, we can show stones and kind of do a 3D print, so they can come in and try a wax model on. So yeah, they can kind of be involved in that whole process as well.
Yeah. Okay. So that's Thanks, Jess. Good question. Stacey from Kidderminster says, "What's the biggest jewel?"
Just change the location.
Hey, please just
National.
say Katie from Charles Ford. Like,
Well, she's from Kidderminster.
Yeah, you've
Barry
over
Town.
the last couple of months, you've named
Oh.
every town in the UK.
No.
Like we're nationwide.
Her name's Stacey. What's wrong with that?
Stacey from Barry Town.
Starting.
There's loads of Stacey. I know a few Stacey's in this neck of the woods. But anyway, this is Kidderminster.
Come on.
What's the biggest jewellery regret couples have?
There's one for me.
It was more for you, to be honest.
I would say going too trend-led and then either in a few years' time it's not their cup of tea anymore,
Yeah.
or they've gone too kind of dainty and delicate and it doesn't stand the test of day-to-day wear.
Yeah.
What did you say? Gone to what?
Too trend-led.
Trend.
To trend led. Got you.
That's like
That's
a
what I
hashtag,
said,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like they've just basically followed the fashion. Or,
Followed Pinterest,
Right.
and yeah, looks pretty but it's not practical.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Danielle from Portsmouth. Is Portsmouth all right?
Yeah.
Just to check, because
South Coast.
It's local.
we've heard of that. It's not funny. Okay, good. Danielle from Portsmouth. How much of the wedding budget should go on rings?
Oh, it comes back to that.
Yeah,
More
I
than
know.
what we
Doesn't
thought.
It's
it?
almost like she knew
Yeah,
what we were
but
asked.
also like you can't. I don't think it's relevant to put an actual percentage on it because it depends on the budget of the wedding, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost like a monetary.
Yeah, there is a
Not-
basic cost to a wedding ring, particularly if you're going to go for gold, because it's not like with, I don't know, flowers. You know that you could just skim it off and just have a bouquet if you wanted to keep the cost down. Like there's going to be some level of some level of cost there.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess on average, people would probably spend between £600 and £1,200 on a wedding ring, depending on the metal. You could
Okay.
then go for a
Each.
silver each, yeah. You could then go for a silver band that's £60, £70. So,
Okay.
you know, there are alternative options, but if we're talking gold or platinum, then you're looking, 500 upwards, I'd say.
And remind me, what's the rule when you get an engagement? Sorry, when you want to get an engagement ring, what's the rule of thumb in terms of what percentage of your salary you're supposed to spend?
Well, I think this was like a big De Beers thing where it was like their marketing campaign and they said it should be 3 months' salary.
3 months' salary. Okay.
But, you know, I think just buy what you can afford
Yeah.
or put it on finance.
Jeez, a few videographers and photographers, that's big wage, isn't it?
DJ.
3 months salary. That's a lot of dollar.
Yeah.
So maybe target audience needs
Yeah.
to be all the
That's
videographers.
so
Did you
true.
spend 3 months' salary on your
Depends what month it
other
is.
half?
Yeah, it's the winter.
December.
Winter,
December.
yeah.
Easy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll spend my
Barely
winter
buy a Big Mac with that.
yeah, exactly. Any more questions at all for Amy?
I would just say thanks for taking.
It's not a question.
It's not a question,
Yeah.
no. I was going
Okay.
to say thanks for being part of the podcast, really.
That's okay.
For, sponsoring it. And
Are you crying?
no, I'm just still getting over the rings, to be honest. It's taken me a while. But thanks for supporting us.
That's okay. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for David Mellor
No
Family
worries.
Jewellers for joining us today. And like we mentioned earlier, obviously thank you for sponsoring our first season because it genuinely helps us, carry on making the podcast. And more importantly, thank you for bringing your real practical advice.
That's okay. You're very welcome.
So if you're,
Anytime.
well, don't say that because it will be.
What's the best way for people to find you? Website, Instagram?
Yeah, website.
online.
On Instagram, we are David Mellor Jewellery. We used to be David Mellor Jewellers, but then we lost our account at 6,000 followers, so we've had to start again. Or we are on Facebook, David Mellor Jewellers, and online, davidmellorjewellers.com. You can also find us on TikTok.
And this isn't the only store you have, right?
No, so we've got 3 stores. This is the one that's in the Swan Centre in Eastleigh. We are also in Andover in the Chantry Centre, and we're in the precinct in Totton as well.
Okay, brilliant.
But yeah, we've got our own workshop, so we can do repairs, alterations, bespoke pieces, engraving machine. We do in-house watch repairs, in-house jewellery repairs, ear piercing, watch batteries, hand engraving. The list is endless.
And what's really cool as well is I don't know if you do this in other ones, but in this particular one, you can go outside and you can look through the window and you can watch people in the workshop like literally working away, and it's so fun to watch. Me and my son have done it a few times.
I never knew that.
No, I didn't know that.
I
Yeah.
cover
Yeah.
it all the time.
Yeah, so when you walk down towards Tesco, there's a little window into the workshop, so you can peek through and watch them.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
That's,
that.
that's Amber's day out on Sunday.
They're like little
Yeah.
goldfish in a bowl.
Nice. Okay, so well, thank you very much. That was really good, very informative. Thank you for listening to episode. God, I can't believe we're on episode 9. That's
Wow.
unbelievable.
It's gone quick.
So so we've got 3 more of this season. So again, thank you for sponsoring us.
Pleasure.
And and next episode is about wedding dramas. So look forward to that.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'll be back.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good work.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.